Another activity that I found really helps engage students and get them to think about the topic critically is using primary sources in the classroom. One type of primary source that you can use is artwork. And one of the ways that students can look at artwork is to create a viewfinder. And a viewfinder is very important because it helps students zoom in on a part of the entire piece of artwork. And you want them to pay attention to a tiny part and to focus on that and then to really think critically about that part. We have, in Maryland, we study the Yacomico Indians. And the first Marylander, one of the first Marylanders that came down to make contact with the Yacomico Indians was a Jesuit priest named Father White. And students have an etching that they look at, and I show them a picture of Father White, who the setting should be in Maryland. And students take their viewfinders and they have to look at the different parts of the artwork. And what they actually notice eventually is that there are palm trees inside the picture. While living in Maryland, students know that there are no palm trees in Maryland. So that forces them to think, well, wait a minute, why is that? And they're able to ask questions to determine what we call the reliability of a primary source. And it gets really exciting because they're empowered with this idea that, hey, wait a minute, everything that I see on the internet or in a museum may not be a reliable way to get information. And that reliability brings more questions, and students are able to ask, well, who created it and how much does this person know? And it's so exciting to watch them, and they get very engaged in the subject or the topic. It works well with social studies. It works well with any kind of new reading or science topic. If you just can get your hands on a great primary source that has some issues with reliability, and all primary sources have bias, so they're all going to have a question of reliability, that would be an excellent opportunity to have students think critically and to keep asking questions.